Let's begin with the big statement that has been made by External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, who spoke about the situation in Kashmir and the steps taken by the Indian government, such as removing Article 370, restoring growth and economic activity and social justice in Kashmir, as well as holding elections which were successfully conducted in the Union Territory with a large voter turnout. He also added that the only part of Jammu and Kashmir which was illegally occupied and controlled by India's neighbor Pakistan is the only thing which has been left from attaining complete resolution of problems in Jammu and Kashmir. External Affairs Minister saying that the complete resolution of Kashmir issue would be achieved if Pakistan were to vacate illegal occupation of Kashmir.
My name is Nisar. I am an author and a journalist. Let me make you a little nervous, Your Excellency. Thank you very much for your dissertation. Yeah. Kashmiris are up in arms because India is occupying Kashmir illegally. That's the reason why they are protesting. Now, given Mr. Trump's zeal for striking peace and peace deal, can Narendra Modi use his friendship with Donald Trump to solve out the problem of Kashmir? There are 1 million soldiers stationed in Kashmir to control 7 million Kashmiris. So what are you going to do about the Kashmir problem? Okay, you haven't spoken about.
Can we just capture on Kashmir? Actually, we have done, I think, a good job solving most of it. I think removing Article 370 was step number one. Then restoring growth and economic activity and social justice in Kashmir was step number 2. Holding elections, which were done with a very high turnout, was step number 3. I think the part we are waiting for is the return of the stolen part of Kashmir, which is on the under illegal Pakistani occupation. When that's done, I assure you, Kashmir solved.
While with this major statement that has now been coming in, let's introduce Rishabh with us on the broadcast. Retired Major General A.K. Sivach is also with us connected, and retired Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni is also with us on the broadcast. Let's get in a word from Rishabh, because Rishabh, as far as the statement India has made, and this is a stand that India has made it clear all the while with regards to the Kashmir issue, was, is and will always be as part of India's integral territory.
Well, Amita, let's talk about Kashmir. And Kashmir has been an issue where India has zero tolerance on. India has been very clear that Kashmir was, is and will always be integral part of India. And what's not part of India right now is, quoting External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar, is stolen part of Kashmir that has been illegally occupied by Pakistan since 1947. You know, we have seen Kashmir being raked up in Pakistan, joint statements with few of its friendly countries, be it China or for that matter Turkey, and every time that statement has come in, India from New Delhi has very clearly stated that writing something in joint statement doesn't change the ground realities. Kashmir is part of India and that will always be. Last year on the sidelines of SCO, there was a press conference that was held by the then Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Bilawal Bhutto. Indian journalists were very specifically kept out of that press conference. There, Bilawal Bhutto talked about Kashmir and Article 370 and other such issues. Responding to that, very categorically, External Affairs Minister back then also had said that cross-border terrorism is the issue that needs to be tackled, not discussed. The only issue that needs to be discussed between India and Pakistan is illegal territory occupied by Pakistan, the territory that belongs to India. Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and that was also in response to a journalist from Pakistan. Yesterday in London, when there was a Q&A session, there was a question that began with that this question might make you nervous. The response of External Affairs Minister has sent shockwaves to Pakistan as well that India is not going to discuss anything.
Well, this is a
The
stand
stolen
that India has made it clear on multiple occasions, on multiple international platforms as well. Major General Sivaj, what is your point of view as far as the statement coming in from the EAM? Will the Kashmir issue be resolved if once Pakistan vacates the illegal occupation?
You know, as far as Kashmir issue is concerned, the only issue left is the illegally occupied POK and Gilgit-Baltistan, which is still being held by Pakistan. You know, the moment it gives back, the problem of Kashmiri resolved. As far as India, Jammu Kashmir is concerned, it is an integral part of India. You remember that the way grassroots level democracy has come there, district development council election, panchayat election, then Lok Sabha election, now assembly election, and the development which is taking place and the peace which is prevailing in Jammu and Kashmir. But the one which is now occupied illegally by Pakistan for more than 77 years is totally disturbed because they want to join India. You find people in Muzaffarabad, Mirpur, Kotli, Jangat, Dadnial, and Bagh, as well as Pakistan punch coming on a road, and they are agitating. They want to join India. So the point today is India is trying to now make it very clear that the POK and Gilgit-Baltistan is an integral part of India. It must come back. We have passed a resolution in the parliament in 1994 that the complete Jammu and Kashmir is a part of India, and we even give 24 seats of Jammu and Kashmir assembly election vacant for POK and Gilgit-Baltistan. So Pakistan must realize that if we want to resolve the issue of Kashmir, the only point which is left is give back the illegally occupied area of POK and Gilgit-Baltistan, which Pakistan is occupying from 1947 onward. And I think our stand is absolutely clear. And the second issue which External Affairs Minister is trying to bring out, you know, you cannot accept a cross-border terrorism. The talks and terrorism cannot go together. And we are trying to isolate Pakistan on this only because he is not understanding the way Lashkar-e-Toba, Jaishankar Mohammed terrorists are still being pushed on line of control. And there are about 27 launch pads active as even in winter. So the point today is Pakistan is a hub center of terrorism. It is an epicenter of terrorism, in fact. And also the point is the Jammu and Kashmir, which is
But
illegally
we also need to
occupied,
focus as far as the recent statement that also was made by the Prime Minister there of Pakistan, because he seems to have taken a turn against India. Of course, there has been certain flip-flops that have been made by him and with regards to his thoughts about India and garnering a somewhat friendship and talks, resuming dialogue with India. But somewhere we are looking at how he has taken an apparent U-turn. But we also talk about what the External Affairs Minister has been saying, especially when it comes to the development, the stark differences, as Major General was pointing out, into Kashmir's there. The rightful, as far as Kashmir, which belongs to India, the steps that have been taken up, such as removing Article 370, restoring growth and economic activity and social justice. And of course, when it comes to the recently held elections in India and in Kashmir that was successfully conducted in the Union Territory with a large voter turnout that was recorded. Let's listen into the minister himself.
I think the part we are waiting for is the return of the stolen part of Kashmir, which is on the under illegal Pakistani occupation. When that's done, I assure you, Kashmir solved.
Well, Lieutenant General Kulkarni, sir, what is your point of view? Because asserting that scrapping of Article 370 in August 2019, did it pave way for the people to think about the issue of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir as well? Because we have finally taken the right decision of Article 370 and the POK issue has come to the front of people's thinking.
Definitely. There's no denying the fact that the people of Jammu and Kashmir, after the abrogation of Article 370, have realized that thank God that this article has got abrogated, and thank God everybody is part of India, because their aspirations have been met because they are part of India, and they themselves have seen what's happening in the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, where every day protest, every day people wanting to get rid of Pakistan and the kind of dictatorial, the regimes that are operating, not allowing them to have freedom of speech, even problems of electricity, problems of water, what you name a thing, that there are problems in the POK. As a result of which, people here, now they realize that what a difference. The aspirations are being met in our J&K. And the the Pak-occupied Kashmir is legitimately ours. Because on the 26th of October 1947, when the instrument of accession was signed, all of it is ours. And therefore, it is Pakistan which is illegally occupying that portion which we call it the Pak-occupied Kashmir, and which the Foreign Minister has rightly said is the stolen part of Kashmir, which belongs to us. And it is after they've seen the kind of transformation that has taken place, the aspirations being met. You see, after the abrogation, what transformation, total transformation, millions and millions of tourists that are flogging Jammu and Kashmir. Number one, you see the economic development, the prosperity that has taken place over there. Just go around, see the shops over there, filled with stuff. People are absolutely happy. The IITs opening up, medical colleges opening up, aspirations being met. They're going all over. You find there's definitely a sea change, and that is what now is irking the people of the Pak-occupied Kashmir. You look at their siblings, how are they being looked after? How are their aspirations being met, and why not ours? And that is what they're demanding from the Pakistani government. Not just demanding, not protesting that we wish to be a part of India. That is why we find so numerous times, the Prime Minister Modi's name being taken there and being shouted, Modi, Modi. The reason is they all want to be part of a growth. They don't want to be part of a story in which they're being put back to 19th century. They would rather be part of the 21st century. And it is in that context that they see there's so much of development in Jammu and Kashmir, and all that is.
But willful blind eye that has been turned, especially when it comes to the people there and the growing unrest in the illegal occupation of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. But here is the External Affairs Minister saying that just because the government of India has taken the right decision and the step when it comes to abrogation of Article 370, the POK issue has come to the front of people's thinking, and this becomes the first prerequisite for something happening. That is, it should be in your thoughts as well. Let's listen in to the minister again.
My name is Nisar. I am an author and a journalist. Let me make you a little nervous, Your Excellency. Thank you very much for your dissertation. Yeah. Kashmiris are up in arms because India is occupying Kashmir illegally. That's the reason why they are protesting. Now, given Mr. Trump's zeal for striking peace and peace deal, can Narendra Modi use his friendship with Donald Trump to solve out the problem of Kashmir? There are 1 million soldiers stationed in Kashmir to control 7 million Kashmiris. So what are you going to do about the Kashmir problem?
Okay.
You haven't spoken about.
Can we just capture on Kashmir? Actually, we have done, I think, a good job solving most of it. I think removing Article 370 was step number one. Then restoring growth and economic activity and social justice in Kashmir was step number 2. Holding elections, which were done with a very high turnout, was step number 3. I think the part we are waiting for is the return of the stolen part of Kashmir, which is on the under illegal Pakistani occupation. When that's done, I assure you, Kashmir solved.